The prop firm apocalypse is upon us, and I know you have questions, and I'm here to provide some answers. In the last couple days, news has surfaced that two of the biggest firms in the prop industry, the Funded Trader and Skilled Funded Trader, have both ceased operations. They have said that they are rebranding or restarting operations, which quite honestly I think is bullshit. Reality of the situation is that these firms are most likely completely bankrupt. Today, as a prop firm owner, I own and operate Hydra Funding, and we've been around since October 2022. I started it with my business partner, Cameron Foose, who you might or might not know is a pretty big trader on YouTube. And we've been in this space for a while, and like it or not, honestly, this collapse of the industry was coming. What I'm here to do today is to shed some light and bring some transparency to an industry that actually clearly needs it. This isn't a marketing video. This isn't to promote to you, to tell you that, oh, Hydra Funding is the best, blah, blah, blah. This is a reality check on an industry that desperately needs it. And the reality of the situation is pretty grim. We are probably going to continue to see firms left and right go bust, go bankrupt, traders get screwed over big time, no payouts, funded accounts stopped out. All of this is because there are some very shady going-ons in the industry, and there have been for a very long time. And in this video, I am going to explain to you exactly how the prop firm industry works. I'm going to break it down for you in detail. As a prop firm operator and CEO myself, I'm going to give you the inside scoop and tell you exactly how prop firms work and why the biggest ones are absolutely collapsing and taking your money along. And I will also tell you what exactly to look out for so that you don't get trapped by the sinking ships and you learn to spot the good prop firms from the bad ones. Let's get into it. So we'll jump into what I call here the prop firm iceberg, which, if you can see at the very top level, you have your prop firms. You have your TFTs, you have your SFTs, you have your whatever, right? Hydra. We all exist up here, the customer facing side, right? This is what you see on the surface. Now, there's a lot more that happens and goes on in the prop firm industry than just what you see on the surface, right? Things are not always as they seem. That's why this is an iceberg. There are multiple layers and levels involved in running and operating a prop firm. Namely, firstly, most of you probably know this, you need a broker. The broker is here to make sure that the trades are being executed. These are things such as like 8cap, think markets. These are the platforms by which the trades are actually being executed. Most of the trades being executed, like it or not, are demo, right? Because it's a challenge, it's in a demo environment. We need to have a place where trades are being executed so people can actually pass or fail challenges. That's the most important thing. That's an aspect that everybody knows. That's kind of where the trading conditions are made. And this is all well and good. In fact, the broker can even be considered as above the iceberg, right? Because most people, know what broker they're signing up with when they're signing up for a prop firm. Now, the level where it starts to get a little bit murky and where the trouble starts to come in the prop firm industry is when you are running a prop firm, you need a tech provider. So what does that mean? What exactly is a tech provider, right? A tech provider is essentially a company that provides the back-end trading system, right, for the trader to log into, for the rules to be enforced, right? So we have, let's say, rules here. If the max drawdown on your challenge is, 10%, right? You automatically get stopped out at 10% and you fail your challenge. All of these things, all of the software and technology that's being provided to ensure that the trading rules are enforced, to ensure that, you have a good, nice little backend admin to look at your challenges, to manage your stuff, the CRM, is all being provided by what we call a tech provider. Now, there are many tech providers in the space. There's not only one. Some are big, some are small. We've had experience with two of them. Now, The part where I really want to talk about here is the risk management side. So in this industry, I can be very honest with you that the tech provider and the risk management sometimes can cross over. Okay, so the tech provider can also provide risk management services. The tech provider sometimes can also provide you with a risk management insight, risk management team, or they could even be the complete liquidity providers for your funded trading, and they can be the ones that are actually funding all the traders. Right. Again, there are many models under which this works. Right. It's not very clear cut. It's not just so cut and dry as to like what actually happens between the tech provider and risk management. But what we do know is that sometimes there's crossover and other times there isn't. Other times firms are managing risk on their own. Now, we really need to talk about how risk is applied when it comes to the context of prop firms. 90% or more of traders lose money. And this statistic is even more exemplified in the prop firm space, where I can tell you for a fact that out of everyone that passes, okay, out of all the accounts that pass a funded assessment, close to 90% of them fail the funded account. Okay, so you have to imagine. So if there's already a 90% failure rate, all right, on the challenges, and then when you get funded, another 90% fail, obviously there's a lot of money to be made in B-booking the traders. What a B-book is, I'm going to explain very quickly to you guys, right? What a B-book is essentially a practice that's widespread across not just prop firms but brokers. In essence, when a trade is submitted, it's not actually going to market, right? The broker or the prop firm is essentially counter trading you and taking the other side and betting that you're going to lose. And this is how a lot of prop firms actually manage their risk, is they B-book 100% of traders. Now, this obviously comes with some problems, right? You can start to see how this is a little bit of an issue, because any trader that starts to make money gets paid out from the new traders that come in with their cash in their hand, right? Any old traders that are profitable get paid by the new guy that comes in through the door, that gets paid continuously, as long as more people are coming through the door and saying, hey, I want to get funded, then the flow of money is really nice, right? Like, there's new money coming in, there's money going out to traders, and let's say I'm a winning trader here, I get to collect it, right? I just have my bag here, and the money is going into the bag, right? And I'm happy, all right? I'm right now, I'm so happy, dude. Like, look at me, I'm fucking, I'm over the moon, because all these people coming in, right, they're losing money, and I'm making money as a trader and I'm getting paid. I don't necessarily care where this prop firm is paying me from, as long as when I make profits, I'm getting paid. The main issue happens in this space when you start to realize that, well, this is kind of a Ponzi scheme, right? Old people are getting paid out by new people. It's just a more clever version of a Ponzi scheme. Maybe there's some levels to it where you have to pass a challenge and stuff. But if you operate on a 100% B-book model, right, where there's no live trading going on, then the only revenue that the company makes is from challenges. So if let's say I start to make money and I tell my friends, and my friends are also good traders, right? And they start to come in, and sure, 90% of people fail, and then another 90% of that, but we're part of that 0.1% that make money, right? We're part of that 0.1%. Eventually, over time, there's going to be more and more and more and more of us 0.1%ers, right? That actually are happy coming in to collect the bag, while the new people are coming in and continuing to pay challenge fees to pay us out, right? And where does the prop firm sit? The prop firm sits in the middle of this and basically collects the difference, right? The prop firm is just in the middle of this, and they are here cashing in whatever the difference is, right? Whatever, let's say we make $1 million off of sales and we pay traders out 100K this month, then we get to pocket 900K. Now, the problem with this model is that this group of people is going to go up. This particular group of people is going to increase over time, because if you're a profitable trader, then you're not going to stop being profitable all of a sudden, right? So this amount that you're paying out is only going to go up. Whereas the revenue, right? The losers, the losing traders, the little sheep. Oh my God, I'm going to draw a sheep. I'm going to take a Cam Foos reference here. I'm going to draw some. Oh my God, this is the worst. Just these people that are coming in and paying money, right? They might go up for a while, but at some point, if something happens, God forbid, something catastrophic happens in the industry and everyone's confidence is shaking, right? We had the MFF debacle where they were sued by the CFTC, one of the biggest firms. And then we had the MetaTrader 4 and 5 pulling out of the prop firm. Again, big events affecting the whole industry, causing what happened? Causing the number of these people wanting to come in start to drop. Why? Because confidence is now lower. There's more and more firms that are going out of business, losing their license, stuff like that. The revenue has started to go down in the industry, right? What's going to happen? The math is very, very simple, right? If the payouts start to go up, and they're continuously going up because there's more and more profitable traders that come in, and let's say this goes to, 200K, and then it goes to 500K over the course of 2 years, for example, right? Suddenly you're paying out 500K a month, and then your revenue is slowing down, right? So maybe your revenue is going up here to 2 million, and you're like, wow, I'm a prop firm owner, I'm so happy. But what if it starts to decrease? What if we get to a point where, oh no, the industry is in bad shape, we're only making 500K a month and we're paying out 500K. This is what you call a point of inflection, right? Your books can go upside down, because this is where all Ponzi schemes come to die. This is going to continue to go up as more profitable traders want withdrawals. This is going to continue to go down, and all of a sudden your books are entirely upside down in this situation. And then you start to lose money, and then you start to say, oh shit, I can't pay out my traders anymore. And then you start to look for reasons for people to get banned. I mean, I'm sure you've seen on Trustpilot how many people were saying that they got scammed by SFT and TFT. Well, it's because this started to happen, right? Across the industry, revenue started to come down. I can guarantee you for a fact that revenue has been heavily impacted, even at Hydra Funding, over the course of the last 6 months because of this MFF thing, because confidence has been going down, and then MetaTrader pulls out, right? Look, there's been a lot of turbulence in the industry. And the firms that are doing this 100% B-book Ponzi scheme model, that don't actually have risk management teams, that don't actually practice good risk management, that don't actually distinguish between what traders they want to put live, what traders they don't want to put live, and they are just 100% B-booking everyone, well, it doesn't take a genius to see that the math doesn't math anymore. This is very, very simply the entire issue that the industry is going through right now is not really happening. The issue is not really with the firms, the broker, the tech provider. The entire game is the risk management game. And the firms that have chosen to deploy this 100% B-book Ponzi scheme model are going to collapse. That is without a doubt. And the main catalyst for causing this collapse, actually, there is one factor besides the money being upside down, is that the whole thing that exacerbated this is that there was a race to the bottom. Okay, and this is the last concept I'm going to leave you guys with. There was a race to the bottom, because this is the part of the video where I'm coming to tell you guys about how to choose the right prop firm and how to not get scammed by prop firms. You need to understand what is actually happening and what firms are offering good deals versus what firms are just looking like total scumbags and scams. Okay, because there was this race to the bottom in the industry. And what do I mean by that? Well, firms started offering cheaper and cheaper challenges, right? The challenges started to get lower and lower in price, and they started to get easier and easier to pass, right? If you look at, the beginning, maybe the 2-phase ones were like 10%, right? You got 10% drawdown to make 10% profit. That's how it started. And then there was a 30-day time limit, all this stuff. And then suddenly competition starts to come in. Everyone starts to undercut each other, right? Suddenly there's no more time limit. Well, that makes things a lot easier to pass. Suddenly it's not 10% anymore. Suddenly it's 8% and you get 10% drawdown. And then suddenly it's not 8% anymore. It's 5% drawdown. You see how as the challenge money goes down in price due to competition and the challenges are getting easier, if we loop back here, then there's more and more people that are liable to payouts, right? It's very, very simple math. If you make something cheaper and easier to pass, then more people, this group of people is only going to grow larger, right? So you suddenly are no longer looking at 200K, 500, now you're looking at 1 million. And then, but this side is also growing, right? That's why it's a Ponzi scheme. Because you're looking to grow this revenue to like 10 million or whatever at any cost. At any cost, you want to push this number up as high as possible, even if it means there's no long-term sustainability. So even as someone that's operated Hydra, we've had countless influencers and people coming to us and saying, oh, like your challenges are too expensive. Oh, your challenges are they're so hard to pass. And like other firms are doing 5% draw, 5% profit. Like trading is fucking hard, guys. All right? Like there's no such thing as free money. What happens in these models right here when this starts to go all the way down and all this happens, not only are the number of payouts going to increase, the number of people coming in to punt and gamble that are not actually good long-term traders, they're also going to increase. People are going to come in and they're going to pass an easy to pass challenge and try to like strike it big in one trade. That's not trading. That's just straight up degen gambling. So that is the problem with the industry. Right? That is the problem with the industry, that we, at some point, we took a look at the numbers and we understood that firms are going to go upside down because they are all participating in this race to the bottom. Challenges constantly on discount. What to look out for? If a firm is constantly, always, permanently offering cheap, discounted challenges, 25% off because it's the 3rd of March. The fuck? Like, you have to look out for things. Be smart, guys. This is the internet. There's someone across the other side of this fucking company trying to make money off of you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in here to make money. We're all here to make money. But the real issue is some people don't care about the business model, don't care about the sustainability of having a long-term business relationship. That's why we have the prop firms collapsing. Like, I've explained the entire model, right? Like, you guys can see how this original model that was already prone to collapse is exacerbated. It's like adding fuel to the fire. Wow, I'm clearly an artist. This is, you can see that this is what I do. You can see that this was adding fuel to the fire, right? This is a fuel can. You can see how this race to the bottom added fuel to the fire, right? To what was already an unsustainable Ponzi-esque model. And what you arrive at is what you see today. Prop firms collapsing left, right, and center. All right? With this being said, really all this video is a public service announcement. I feel like it's about time somebody in the industry actually shared the truth of what is going on and why firms are collapsing, why firms are going to continue to go out of business in the coming days, months. Firms that you may be very surprised to hear are going out of business will go out of business because we don't know who is running this business model with no risk management, just straight up 100% risk, 100% be booked. We don't know who is running this business model. All we can do is wait and see who gets caught with their pants down. And you know what? Over here at Hydra Funding, we're going to sit back and watch the world burn and watch the prop industry go up in flames because we have done things the right way. We didn't go to this race to the bottom. We knew that at some point this was going to happen. And I'm here to build a long-term business. I'm not here to participate in building a Ponzi scheme. Why does it seem like every time something is good in the world, like crypto, people use to build Ponzi schemes? I mean, the business model is fucking amazing. You don't need to build a Ponzi scheme. You can make money long-term. I just don't understand this. It never ceases to amaze me how greedy human beings can get. But I hope today's video was helpful. I hope you now know what to look out for, red flags, how this industry works, and what firms you can actually trust with your money. Again, I would go with Hydra, but hey, I'm completely biased. I'm just some dude on the internet who just told you exactly how prop firms work, and it's up to you to do your own due diligence and to make your own smart, informed decisions. But stay safe trading out there. Be careful who you put your capital with. Be very wary of firms that are selling cheap, easy, discounted, quick to pass challenges. Chances are, even if you pass, they're not going to pay you out. Chances are, even if you pass, they're not going to be around for the long term, and you're going to get completely fucked at some point in time. So be wise, and if this video has been of any help to you, please like and subscribe. Share this with a friend in the prop firm industry who needs to hear this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.